Hi everyone, I'm Ria. Welcome to Inside the Leader's Mind, where we don't just talk about transformation, we unpack what it actually takes to make it real. Today, I'm in conversation with Manikantan N S, Senior Vice President and Global Head of the Manufacturing Vertical at Tech Mahindra. Manufacturing sits at the center of automation, data, sustainability, and global complexity, and money has a front row view of how all of it is actually played out in the real world. Mani, it's great to have you here. Alright, I'm going to start with questions everybody is been talking about for years, and then we'll move on to what all of it is actually real today. The first question, we have spoken about smart factories for a long time. Sensors, automation, data everywhere. From where you sit today, are factories genuinely becoming autonomous and data driven, or are we still overstating how far we have come?
The industry is moving at a very rapid pace. So dark factories are a reality today. Smart factory is an evolution, and it takes a lot for the industry to really get there. And every customer or every player in the industry, they are at their own journey. So it's not like everybody is going to be there at the same time. But everybody is moving in the same direction. So I think that is what has changed right now. No longer people are really thinking, should we do it, should we not do it? But it's now, how do we do it, or how soon can we do it, right? So I think the conversations have definitely changed. A lot of adaptation which is happening. And I'm at GTC right now. Over the last few days, I've seen what's happening at the industry at a very close level. And I can tell you this whole industry is just moving at a very, very rapid pace. The evolution is much, much faster than what we can imagine. So it's real. It's very much happening. Smart factory services is something where every manufacturer is now compelled to take that leap of big step, I would say.
Well, what I'm hearing is that the ambition is clear, and I think that honestly matters, especially in manufacturing. Moving on, the last few years have exposed how fragile global supply chains are. If you strip away buzzwords, where does technology actually help manufacturers become resilient and more agile?
First place where technology helps is, the insight. Because what really matters is that, how much of insight can a manufacturer get and how early I can get, so that I'm able to, come up with an alternative plans, right? So when the supply chain shock happens for a manufacturer, what they need is actually the insight. And that's where technology first provides that. Then how can it help in that decision making of those alternative plans, right? What can I do to ensure that my operations don't get disrupted and I still continue to do what I do? So what are those alternative channels? So today technology again enables to do that. And third is, now with the VUCA world which we're all living in, it's imperative that these are going to be not like a one-off event. See, 50 years back, it used to be just the natural elements which were causing disruptions. And we would always be looking at preparing ourselves for that. And natural element, nobody could predict to that level of accuracy like what we do today. But then now what is happening is we are just living in this chaos. So how do you now start simulating different conditions which is going to impact your business? Now that is where again the technology plays a big role. So we are now big into simulation. So the whole world, I would say, is moving towards simulation. I mean, we want to simulate everything in every parameter, in every possible scenario. And when you're able to simulate it, you know exactly what the condition which you're going to get impacted with, which means we are in a way learning how to survive in that new order of chaos. And that would mean that you try to find, the methods and means to move forward. And that's essentially where the real momentum of technology is. Thankfully, with the compute and storage and the memory, one, increasing in terms of its capability or capacity, and the cost of that coming down drastically, the accuracy of simulations which we can build today is humongous. So if you could do for, let's say, 1,000 scenarios, today I can do 1,000,000 scenarios. Now that's a big difference, which means your quality of decision making is going to become much better, because you've kind of thought through, because we are using now more of technology to think through different situations. And these are backed by data, these are backed by correlation, and finally, of course, presenting it to us so that we are able to understand as consumers. So, and then the decision makers are able to make a better decision. So I think that's where the whole trend is.
Well, that's interesting. It sounds like resilience today is less about prediction, more about preparedness. All right, I'm going to interrupt the serious thinking for a moment. We move on to our next section, which is what would you choose? Are you ready? Automation or human craftsmanship?
Automation.
Centralized manufacturing or distributed production?
Distributed production.
Okay. Chai or coffee?
Coffee. I am from Chennai, so it's always coffee.
Love that. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise. I'm a very early morning guy. I typically start my day at 4 o'clock, so I'm a sunrise guy.
Well, I won't overanalyze that, but those choices say a lot. Next section is first thought, no filter. So whatever comes to your thought first, you don't have to apply any filter, no edits. Okay. A hobby people at work might be surprised to know about.
My hobby.
Yeah.
People are not surprised about. Okay, maybe singing in bathroom. I'm a good bathroom singer. I would qualify myself.
A book, movie, or podcast that shaped how you think about leadership.
Atomic Habits as a book, I think, has really reshaped my thinking. So I think it's like a must read for everybody. And I do read a lot, but I think that particular book had a pertinent impact on me.
I second that choice. A sport you enjoy playing or watching.
Cricket, for both playing and watching.
Okay. One place you always find yourself going back to.
Beach. I live by the beach, so I love going down there, maybe morning, evening. Yeah.
Okay. That was refreshingly human, not what people usually associate with manufacturing leadership. Now, I want to end with something that's becoming impossible to ignore: sustainability in manufacturing. So, sustainability is now a real priority for manufacturing leaders, not just a checkbox. How can digital technologies help companies reduce environmental impact without losing competitiveness?
Because see, sustainability is, people think it's an afterthought, but it's not. It's actually by design, the core DNA. So we break sustainability into three parts. So there is a product sustainability, which deals with how do you really design and develop your product itself. So that includes your material, form, shape, all of that matters in sustainability. The second is the process sustainability, how you actually manufacture the product itself. And that would mean, is there a sustainable way to primarily make these products? And third is the experience sustainability, how it actually goes to the end consumer. Whoever the consumer is, how do you pack it? How do you primarily ship it? I mean, how do you essentially look at the whole customer experience when they interact with your product? All of that can also be made very sustainable. A classic example could be like, typical PET bottles, bottle of water, which we all think it's typical plastic. Everybody says, please use recyclable plastic. But today you have alternative recyclable material, like, you can do the same bottles which are made out of small tubes which are kind of blown into bigger bottles, and those tubes are made out of sugarcane, which means that the bottle itself is coming out of an alternative model. Second is the way it is getting manufactured. You're not changing your current manufacturing process, because these are like small, they look like wild tubes, but then you can shape it in the way you want for your bottle requirements, and you're not changing your machineries and stuff like this. So that way it is a lot more sustainable. You're not really making any new changes there. And it is also consuming less power, it is consuming less energy, less manpower required, whatever, right? I mean, there is a lot of different other measures. The last is the way it is packaged. It is packaged using a lot of natural, you have natural fiber made packing materials which are made today. And when you consume it and when you discard it out, it is recyclable, or it decomposes even if you put it on earth. So this whole circle, just for one PET bottle, right? People may not relate to it, but today that's where the industry is pivoting. And like that, imagine every single material which we consume. It could be clothing, it could be jewelry, it could be technology, it could be vehicles. Everywhere there is sustainability at play today. People think sustainability is expensive. Actually, it's more cheaper. And there are enough alternative models available to really implement sustainable practices in the way you do things. It could be as simple as a pen to as complex as an engine. Obviously, the complexity of sustainability then will vary. So that's essentially how it is, if you really ask me. There's lots happening in the industry today.
Well, I believe the balance between responsibility and performance is probably where the manufacturing leadership is being most tested today. Well, I think we are towards the end. Mani, this was a sharp, grounded conversation, no abstractions, just real perspectives right from the field. Conversations like this reflect what we stand for at Tech Mahindra. When deep expertise meets purpose and technology, we truly are limitless together. Thank you for the clarity you brought to this discussion, and thanks to everyone watching. Until next time, this was
Inside the Leader's Mind. Thank you. Thank you, Ria. Wonderful. Good questions.
Thank you.